Hey guys, hope everyone's having a really good day. Happy Slayer Day, by the way. Apparently it's National Slayer Day, so I hope you've been pumping some of their music. I know I have. So today we're going to be doing another video, excuse me, on death metal vinyl. What else? What else do I do? So I did a little teaser video about 3 days ago of one of my latest purchases. A lot of people said, oh, what was that, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show it to you properly now. It's quite scarce, this, but it's one of my favourite bands. It's Autopsy, and this is the Severed Survival with a different cover, with a second cover, picture disc from 1990. That's the front, and that's the back. Okay, so this is one of my favourite pieces of my collection. The sound's really good. Sometimes on picture discs they do tend to be a little bit less in sound quality. The quality sometimes isn't quite there. I think that's mainly due to pressing reasons. But this one sounds really good. They can be a little bit noisy when you put the needle down for the first time. It's different to regular vinyl. There's a slight hiss sometimes, but with this one actually it's quite good. So I managed to pick this up fairly recently, and it's one of the highlights of my death metal collection. There you go. So that's the first one. It's been a really good week this week. I've been investing quite heavily in my collection, and I've managed to get some real impressive pieces. Some of the stuff you don't see very often at all, like this one. Quite hard to find. It's a classic on Roadrunner Records from '91. This is Gorgutz. It's a French-Canadian band from Quebec, I think. This is considered dead. This is their debut album, as I say, on Roadrunner Records. It's in brilliant condition. As I say, it's 20 years old, this one now. I can't believe it. That's the back. Great cover. That's the band. Luc Lemay, guitar and vocals. Fantastic, brutal grunts on this album. Okay, classic tracks such as Bodily Corrupted, Drifting Remains, Disincarnated, Stiff and Cold. And it has the lyrics on that side. And then of course the famous RC Records Roadrunner Skull picture label. So it's a great record. I had a copy of this for years and years, which my tape trading pal Matt Bass, DJM Bass on here, of course, he shows his collection. He taped me this because he managed to find it on cassette. And I've never got round to buying it, so I'm really impressed with it now. I've actually got it in my hands. One of the more expensive records to pick up. I paid about £35 for this, which is about 55 US dollars. It's really hard to find. It doesn't come up very often, so when I saw it on eBay I said to myself, I'm going to get this regardless of cost, and I'm really glad I did, because as I say, I had the tape copy before, but it is a fantastic record, and I think this is probably their best album. I think they've actually reformed, and they're doing a new album for this year to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the debut coming out. But it's a great record, and anyway, if you can pick this up, you can get it on CD. I believe you can get it on CD in a double pack with their second album, The Erosion of Sanity. You can probably get that up a lot cheaper than vinyl, but I just like vinyl, so as you all know. So there's that one. Another great record I managed to pick up. Not in such good condition, but it's a classic. This is Leprosy by Death. As we all know, Chuck Schuldiner, absolute death metal god, unfortunately passed away in 2003, sorry. This is actually signed, this one. This was from their spiritual healing tour. And I believe that Chuck was having personal problems at the time, but he actually didn't make the trip. So what they did was they hired Walter Trashler, who signed this, okay, and also the Devastation singer Louis Carrizales, who signed this. Obviously Bill Andrews was there, and also Terry Butler, who played bass. Bill Andrews played the drums, and Terry Butler played the bass guitar. And Terry Butler signed this as well. So this was signed on the ill-fated tour. Unfortunately Chuck wasn't there to sign it, but obviously this would have gone for a lot more money had Chuck actually signed it himself. But pretty cool. That's the back cover. And inside it's got the inserts as well. Fantastic photo of the band. Rick Ross on lead guitar, Chuck, Terry Butler and Bill Andrews. And then the vinyl itself, under one flag, there. The vinyl's in good condition. The sleeve's a little bit tatty, this one. But I thought I would buy this purely for the fact that it's got the signatures on it. And you don't often see albums signed, particularly by influential death metal musicians such as Terry Butler. Terry Butler's played in bands like Massacre, Death, and so on and so forth. So, really worth getting hold of. Another great album I recently got, and I used to own this on CD many years ago, is Monstrosity, Imperial Doom. This was their debut album from 1992 on Nuclear Blast Records. Really hard to get hold of now, and featuring future Cannibal Corpse vocalist George Corpsegrinder Fisher on vocals. This one is pretty much as near to mint condition as you're ever going to find. This is an excellent copy. The great thing about this, it includes the original order sheet where you could order t-shirts from the label, Nuclear Blast again, and vinyl. And it's got a lyric in a sleeve. There's Corpsegrinder in the middle. There's a band and credits that side, lyrics that side, and then finally the vinyl. So Nuclear Blast, Monstrosity. Really technical album, this one, even for its age. I say it's 1992 it originally came out. My favourite track I think on this one is probably either the first one or the final cremation. It certainly sounds a little bit in places like Cannibal Corpse, but they're still going today, Monstrosity. It takes a few listens. It's one of those albums when you can listen to it for the first 2 or 3 times, and the more you hear it, it's more of a growing album. You know, various albums you may have bought in the past where first 2 or 3 listens it doesn't quite get you, then the 4th and 5th and it sucks you in, and I think that's a sign of good music. The more you listen to it, the more effort you make to it, the more you get out of it. So this is certainly one of those albums. They're going today, the band. I believe the drummer Lee Harrison is the only original member now, but it's a hard to find record, that one. Premium price I paid for this one. This one was the high 20s, about £28, which is about $50 in American money. Something slightly different now. Last video I showed you Necrophagia, one of my favourite old school death metal bands. Now this is a band called The Ravenous, who released a EP, 3 on a meat hook. This was their second album, Blood Delirium, and they also did Assembled in Blasphemy. This is a fantastic vinyl, quite a rare edition of their second album, Blood Delirium. Heavily influenced by the film August Underground, hence the cover. It's a nasty record, lyrically and musically. In fact, it's one of the best death metal albums, and I've got this on CD as well, that I've heard. It's just ferocious. It's ferocious, it's evil, and it's downright nasty. And it's quite a spooky listen. It's got Killjoy on vocals from Necrophagia, Danny Corrales and Clint Bauer from Autopsy / Abscess on both the guitars, Danny Lilker on bass. We all know Danny Lilker from Brutal Truth, the original bassist for Anthrax and Nuclear Assault, and Chris Reifert from Autopsy and on drums and also vocals. So it's got information about the band on there, discography information and the lyrics plus a little photo. I'm really pleased to have this album. As I say, I own it on CD, but someone made a comment on, I don't think it was one of my videos, but someone's video I was watching, and there was a comment on there saying that sometimes if you own something on cassette or CD, you might think it's an okay album, but when you get the vinyl copy, it suddenly makes sense to you and you suddenly appreciate it a lot more. That's the case with this album, and it's really true. Sometimes if you get it on a different format, the whole packaging, it's bigger, it just sounds bigger, and it's, you know, it does connect with you a bit better. Certainly the case with this one, and I recommend if you haven't got this, hunt it down. It's worth getting on CD, it's worth getting on vinyl particularly. So, The Ravenous, Blood Delirium. The record label is Displeased Records, which is a license of Redstream. So if you go onto their websites or keep scouring eBay, you might be lucky and be able to find a copy. But it's certainly worth it. It's just absolutely ferocious death metal, which we know and love. A couple more. We're going to talk about another band from the old days, from the early 90s. It's Cancer. This is a UK death metal band. This is their debut. I've shown you the video a couple of videos back with their second album, Death Shall Rise. This is To the Gory End. This was their debut album on Vinyl Solution Records. It's a famous cover. That's a painting by the drummer Carl Stokes of a famous scene from Dawn of the Dead by George Romero. That's the back cover. Okay, a couple of the songs have got appearances from John Tardy on guest vocals. Inner, photos and credits, lyrics there, and of course the famous Vinyl Solution picture label. A good album. It's not as good as Death Shall Rise. Songwriting isn't quite as good, but there are a couple of excellent tracks here. To the Gory End's probably my favourite, but I quite like CFC as well. I won't say exactly what that title means in case there are young people watching, but needless to say, go on YouTube and you can hear the lyrics for yourself. But that's quite hard to find as well. In fact, this one's going for more money recently and currently than Death Shall Rise. This went for about £30. It's in okay condition, a bit poppy, a bit crackly, but it plays reasonably well. Vinyl is pretty okay as well. Sleeve, I should say, is okay as well. But it's certainly something to get in your collection if you like a bit of old school, thrashy death metal, which I do. Lastly, a Swedish band. Haven't done many Swedish bands, but I'm going to do one. This is the second album from Swedish death metal legends Grave. Now this, excuse me, is an absolutely fantastic death metal album. Okay, it's got some amazing songs like it is You'll Never See from '92 on Century Media Records. Amazing cover, amazing artwork on there. And it doesn't get talked about a lot, this one. This is the inner sleeve. So you've got band photographs and credits, and it's got lyrics on there. It's got the famous Ola Lindgren on lead guitar and backing vocals, Jensa Paulsen on drums and keyboards, and Jörgen Sandström on lead vocals as well, bass on this album, and rhythm guitar. It's one of my favourite Swedish bands. It's got that trademark Boss HM2 pedal sound to it. Really hard to find album as well. This one will set you back easily $40 American dollars, if not 50. This one's in fantastic condition. There's a couple of pops like the spine. There's a slight, it's the beginning of like a tear, but vinylly this one plays like it's brand new, and this is 19, 20 years old. So if you can get that into your death metal collection, you won't be disappointed. I need to get a hold of a copy of Into the Grave, which was their debut. I'd like to get all these guys' stuff because it's such a fantastic record, and I sort of miss Grave the first time round. I'm just beginning to sort of get into them now and really appreciate how good they are and how good they were. So this one is a fantastic record, which I got very, very recently. So there's a lot more to be talking about, but there's just 5 or 6 there to whet your appetite. There'll be another video coming up really, really soon. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. We recently did the 100 subscriber competition, which was won by GigaFreak94 in Germany. So GigaFreak, if you're watching this, congratulations mate, well done, and I hope you received your Lords of Chaos double CD. Send me a message just to make sure it's arrived okay. But everyone, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you all again soon. Okay, rock on and let the metal flow. Cheers.